Hey everyone! Have you ever felt an unexplainable connection to someone, almost as if it were magic? Or maybe you found yourself thinking about a certain person all day. Then suddenly, you get a message from them, see their name everywhere, or even feel their presence around you, even when they're not actually there? It happens more often than you might think. And it's not just coincidence. There are subtle, powerful signs that reveal when someone is intensely thinking about you. Signs that go way beyond the obvious and sometimes defy anything science can explain. Today, we're starting a fascinating journey through 9 spiritual, psychological, and even sensory signs that you're occupying someone's thoughts and heart. Drawing from the teachings of the renowned Dolores Cannon, combined with modern practical insights, I'll show you how to spot these invisible connections, and even how to protect your own energy if you need to. Get ready to find out if someone is sending you good vibes, seeking contact, or even subtly trying to invade your emotional world. And here's a challenge. Make sure to watch until the end, because the 9th sign is the most mysterious. Rarely talked about, but it can change everything you believed about energetic bonds. If you're already curious, comment below which sign you think happens to you the most. Don't forget to like this video. Your engagement helps this message reach more people who need to hear it, and share with anyone you know who'd relate. Honestly, we've all felt one of these signs at some point. Are you ready to find out if you're living in someone's mind right now? Then, let's dive in. 1. Obsessive thoughts. When you can't get them out of your head. One of the clearest and most intriguing signs that someone is thinking about you is when you suddenly can't get them out of your head. Out of nowhere, thoughts of this person show up all day long, even when you're trying to focus, relax, or go about your everyday routine. It might feel like they pop up for no real reason, almost hijacking your mind. What makes it even more mysterious is that sometimes these thoughts feel different from your normal daydreams or crushes. They're more persistent, intense, almost like mental intrusions that don't even fit your current emotional mood. Maybe you haven't seen them in months. Maybe there's no big story going on, but their presence in your mind is undeniable. Dolores Cannon believed that our thoughts act like frequencies, connecting us beyond physical distance. When someone is thinking about you obsessively, especially with strong emotions attached, you might actually start picking up on those mental waves yourself. Some spiritual teachers call this thought energy, while others see it in psychological terms as emotional projection. In today's hyper-connected world, this effect is even more intense. Social media algorithms, constantly seeing their updates, or suddenly hearing that song that reminds you of them can amplify this kind of obsessive loop. But it goes deeper. Recent science shows that emotionally charged thoughts are processed differently by the brain, sometimes making certain people stick in your mind as if they won't let go. Quick reality check. Not every obsessive thought means there's some mystical bond. It could also be unresolved feelings, anxiety, or even your mind processing a recent experience. But if these thoughts start for no reason, come with a change in mood, or seem to sync up with other subtle signs, it's worth paying attention. Has this ever happened to you? Drop a comment if you've experienced this, and if it turned out the other person was actually thinking about you too. But what if just thinking about someone isn't enough? What if you start to feel their presence, even when they're nowhere near you? Up next, let's talk about a bizarre yet powerful sign that can leave you wondering if there's something more connecting you and that person, beyond logic or distance. You might have experienced it before without even realizing, so stick around, because sign number 2 might surprise you. 2. Sensation of presence. When you feel someone's energy, without them around. Have you ever been completely alone, maybe at home, at work, or even out for a walk, when you suddenly felt like someone was right there with you? Not just a memory or imagination, but a real, almost physical sense of their presence in the room? This is one of the most fascinating, yet underrated, signs that someone is actively thinking about you. Dolores Cannon described this as an energetic visit, as if part of that person's energy slips through the invisible boundaries and enters your awareness. Some people notice it as a subtle warmth, goosebumps, a shiver, or an unexplainable comfort. Others might feel a sudden change in mood, sensing a familiar vibe or aura that instantly brings a person to mind. In a world where so much communication is digital, experiencing a powerful sense of closeness, even without a call, text, or DM, always leaves us with questions. Is your intuition picking up on real spiritual energy, or is your mind playing tricks on you? While skeptics say it's all coincidence or nostalgia, there are countless stories of people feeling this unmistakable presence at the exact moment someone they care about is thinking of them intensely, sometimes confirmed later by a message or call. And remember, these energetic sensations are often strongest with people we share a deep emotional bond with, romantic partners, close friends, or family. But what if the connection goes even further, beyond feelings and into your senses? Imagine constantly hearing or seeing signs of that person everywhere you look. Get ready, because our next sign is something you might actually be noticing every single day, and it could be a direct message from the universe itself. 3. Seeing or hearing their name everywhere. Synchronicity or a secret signal? Have you ever noticed that one specific name keeps popping up wherever you go? Maybe you hear it on TV, see it in your feed, spot it on a street sign, or even overhear it in random conversations, over and over. It could be the name of someone you haven't thought about in a while, or maybe someone you can't get off your mind lately. Dolores Cannon, and many spiritual thinkers, suggest that when this happens, it's not just random chance. In the realm of synchronicity, these repeating patterns are subtle signals that there's a strong energetic connection between you and that person, especially if their thoughts about you are persistent or emotionally charged. The universe, your subconscious, or even your energetic bond might be drawing your attention to their name as a gentle ping that they're thinking about you too. In our hyper-connected world, where information overload is the norm, seeing or hearing their name so frequently can honestly be a bit unsettling. Is it just confirmation bias, or is it something more? The truth is, whether it's driven by spiritual energy or deep psychological patterns, it's a phenomenon that almost everyone experiences at some point. Next time you find yourself hearing a certain name repeatedly, pay attention. Are there other subtle signs happening too? Are your thoughts or feelings about this person changing the way you see the world around you? Sometimes, these little nudges turn out to be more meaningful than we realize. If you think seeing someone's name everywhere is compelling, wait until you hear about the next sign. It's all about those accidental encounters that don't feel accidental at all. Have you ever run into a certain person at just the right time, more than once? Stick with me as we dive into a sign that will make you question whether destiny is playing a role in your connections. 4. Unexpected encounters. When chance meetings happen too often. Have you ever run into someone you were just thinking about? At the grocery store, a cafe, or even scrolling your feed? So often that it starts to feel like more than coincidence? Maybe these meetings happen right when you need support, or just after an argument, or even on days when your thoughts are totally consumed by that person. According to Dolores Cannon and the broader world of spiritual studies, these chance meetings may actually be a form of synchronicity, the universe, or your shared energies, aligning situations so that paths cross for a reason. Sometimes, what feels like randomness is really an energetic connection drawing you together at exactly the right moment. If these encounters repeat or seem to occur just when you most need or least expect them, it could be a powerful sign that someone's thoughts and intentions toward you are influencing real-world events. Of course, skeptics chalk these encounters up to probability or simple geography. But let's be honest, even the most rational among us can get chills when these encounters line up perfectly with what we're feeling. Over time, many people realize that these random meetings often carry deeper messages: closure, a rekindling of feelings, or even just a reminder that your stories aren't finished yet. But what if these signs move from the outside world and start appearing in your inner world, like in your dreams, night after night? Next up, we're exploring how a person's thoughts about you can cross into your subconscious, delivering clues while you sleep. Let's find out how your dream life might be revealing more than you ever imagined. 5. Recurring dreams about them. Messages from the subconscious. Have you noticed that certain people keep showing up in your dreams? sometimes in vivid detail, other times in mysterious, symbolic ways. You might not have had any recent contact with them, and yet, night after night, their presence lingers while you sleep. According to Dolores Cannon and many experts on dream interpretation, dreams can serve as a bridge between conscious and unconscious realms, a spiritual meeting point where thoughts, feelings, and energies cross paths. If someone is intensely thinking about you, focusing on you emotionally, or even wishing to reconnect, their energy might find its way into your subconscious and manifest in your dreams. Don't brush off these dreams as just random. Often, the details and feelings you experience can reveal a lot about your true connection with this person. Sometimes dreams will reflect unresolved emotions, shared memories, or even scenarios that seem prophetic or impossibly real. Some people even report awakening with a strong urge to contact the person, only to discover that the other person was dreaming about them too, at the same time. To dive even deeper into this sign, try keeping a dream journal. Jotting down the specific themes, emotions, and interactions can help you notice patterns that might otherwise get lost. And while science suggests dreams are the brain's way of processing information, the frequency and intensity of these dreams often point to something more significant, especially when paired with the other signs we're talking about. But dreams aren't the only way someone's energy can reach you. Up next, let's talk about those moments when your own mood or energy shifts unexpectedly, out of nowhere, for no obvious reason. Could someone else's feelings be spilling over into your life? Stick around, because the next sign happens more often than you might think. 6. Sudden shifts in mood or energy, feeling their emotions as your own. Have you ever been going about your day when, without warning, your mood completely changes? Maybe you suddenly feel a burst of happiness, a wave of sadness, a surge of anxiety, or even a feeling of exhaustion, with no clear cause or trigger in your own life. Dolores Cannon and many researchers in the field of energy and empathy suggest that these unexpected mood or energy shifts could actually be the result of someone thinking about you with intense emotion. If you're particularly sensitive or empathetic, you might actually be picking up on emotional waves directed toward you, especially from people you share a close connection with. The emotional bond acts like a channel, allowing thoughts and feelings to jump from one mind to another, even across any distance. In the world of psychology, this can align with what's called emotional contagion, the idea that emotions can be transferred between people both consciously and subconsciously. Spiritually speaking, it's believed that we are much more interconnected than we realize, and that our inner worlds can sync up with those of others under the right conditions. If this happens to you, pay attention. Did someone come to mind right before your mood shifted? Do these emotional changes often coincide with other signs, like messages, calls, or unexpected encounters? Think of it as your intuition tapping into energy that isn't entirely your own. But what if the connection gets even more physical, engaging your senses in surprising ways? Next up, we'll explore a sign that's often overlooked, but can be the most startling of all: detecting a person's scent or unique sensory signature, even when they're nowhere around. Ready to learn about the mysterious world of sensory connections? Let's dive in. 7. Sensing their scent or unique sensory traces when memories become physical. Imagine sitting at home or walking through your day when, all of a sudden, you catch a whiff of someone's unmistakable scent, their perfume, soap, or that unique smell that instantly brings their memory to life. There's no logical explanation for it. They aren't anywhere nearby, and there's nothing physical to trigger that memory. According to Dolores Cannon and many in the realm of spiritual studies, this phenomenon can occur when someone is thinking intensely about you, creating such strong energetic links that their essence crosses into your reality on a sensory level. It's as if energy transforms into sensation, making the connection tangible in a completely unexpected way. Some people even report hearing a familiar voice, feeling a touch, or seeing flashes of color associated with a particular person, all as a result of deep energetic bonds. Neuroscience explains that our senses, especially smell, are directly linked to memory and emotion, allowing powerful connections to surface physically, even without a clear cause. Whether science or spirit, one thing is clear. When you sense someone's presence so vividly that it brings comfort or even jolts you with nostalgia, chances are their thoughts, or even longing, are reaching you. Have you ever experienced this kind of sensory visit? Sometimes these moments come when you're missing someone, but just as often, they happen completely out of the blue, hinting at a real-time, two-way connection. So what happens when all these signs seem to multiply? When reminders, encounters, and sensations combine so strongly it feels like you're caught in an invisible web? Up next, let's talk about the phenomena of repeated synchronicities. Those rapid, back-to-back coincidences that feel like the universe is practically shouting at you. Get ready for a sign that ties everything together. 8. Repeated synchronicities. When the universe won't let you ignore the connection. Ever had a week where reminders of someone seem to avalanche into your life? All at once and in ways you absolutely can't ignore? Maybe you dream about them, then run into an old photo, then receive a message, then overhear a song that used to be your song, all within a few days. These repeated synchronicities, overlapping signs or meaningful coincidences, are some of the most powerful clues that someone is strongly thinking about you and that your energies are interacting on multiple levels. Dolores Cannon and many contemporary thinkers in both spirituality and psychology suggest that synchronicity is the universe's way of grabbing your attention, especially when ordinary signs just aren't enough anymore. When these little reminders pile up, it's often not just for nostalgia's sake, but to make you aware of a connection you might otherwise try to dismiss. It's as if your shared energies are aligning so much that the world outside starts mirroring what's happening inside. Sometimes these patterns show up only after you start noticing the first few. It can feel like the universe, spirit guides, or even your own subconscious is weaving a tapestry of signs, urging you to reach out, make a change, or simply acknowledge the bond for what it is. If you see the same numbers, names, places, dreams, or messages over and over, pause for a moment. What could the deeper message be? But as incredible as repeated synchronicities are, our final sign takes things to a whole new level, a kind of silent contact that often happens even without your conscious awareness. Next, I'll reveal a sign so subtle that you might miss it at first, but once you understand it, you'll sense it instantly. A pull, a magnetic tension, an unexplainable urge that connects you to someone, even across time and distance. Stay tuned for the last and most mysterious sign on our journey. 9. Magnetic pull or unexplainable urge, that irresistible force drawing you together. Have you ever felt a powerful, almost magnetic pull toward someone, like an invisible thread tying you to their thoughts, emotions, or even their physical presence? Maybe you can't explain it logically, but there's a recurring urge to reach out, to check on them, or just to be near, even if you haven't been close for a while. Dolores Cannon often spoke about these invisible cords, spiritual connections so strong that they operate beneath the surface of daily life. This magnetic sensation isn't always loud or dramatic. Sometimes it's a quiet knowing, a gut feeling, or just a subtle but persistent nudge in your heart and mind. Science calls this phenomenon emotional resonance or even quantum entanglement, suggesting that strong relationships can create lasting imprints that transcend time, distance, and even silence. What sets this sign apart is how uniquely personal it feels. You might sense it in moments of stillness, or even while carrying out everyday tasks. It's as if, somewhere at a deeper level, your souls are gently reaching for each other, guiding your actions, thoughts, or even your sense of destiny. If you've ever felt this kind of pull, you're not alone. Trust your intuition and pay attention to where those subtle signals might be leading you. Now, I want to hear from you. Have any of these signs ever shown up in your life? Which ones made you stop and wonder if someone was really thinking about you? What was the most uncanny or powerful experience you've had with these invisible connections? Jump into the comments and share your stories. I truly believe that what we experience can help others recognize their own signs and deepen their understanding too. If you felt a spark of insight from this video, give it a like and share it with a friend who's open to these mysteries. Your interaction helps this community grow and spreads these conversations to those who need a gentle nudge from the universe. Thank you for joining me on this journey beyond the obvious into the subtle and profound world of human connections. Until next time, I wish you awareness, synchronicity, and a life filled with meaningful bonds.